The body was discovered on a Thursday morning in late October. By noon, investigators believed the case was already over. 38-year-old Daniel Mercer had been found dead inside his condominium overlooking the east side of Seattle. The front door had been locked from the inside. There were no signs of forced entry. His phone rested on the kitchen counter beside a half-empty glass of water. His smartwatch showed no movement after 11:42 p.m. the previous night. Paramedics estimated he had been dead for several hours before the building's maintenance supervisor entered the apartment after neighbors reported water leaking into the hallway below. Mercer worked as a senior infrastructure analyst for a regional cybersecurity contractor. He specialized in automated server maintenance, enterprise cloud architecture, and data recovery systems. According to co-workers, he was quiet, methodical, and deeply private. The medical examiner initially ruled the death accidental. There was no evidence of violence, no indication of struggle, and no sign anyone else had been inside the apartment. By the following Monday, the investigation had effectively stalled. Detectives reviewed his calls, financial records, and office workstation. Nothing appeared suspicious. His family held a funeral 9 days later. Everyone believed Daniel Mercer's digital life had ended with him. Then, 14 days after his death, his email account scheduled a private meeting invitation. It was not spam or an accidental reminder. It was a calendar event automatically sent through his corporate email server to 6 recipients, including homicide detectives, a federal cybercrime analyst, Mercer's sister, and an investigative journalist. The subject line contained only 4 words. You missed something important. The meeting was scheduled for exactly 8:30 p.m. that evening. Attached was a secure cloud storage link programmed to unlock when the meeting began. Investigators first assumed the account had been hacked, but digital forensic analysts quickly discovered something disturbing. The invitation had not been created after Mercer died. It had been scheduled 3 days before his body was discovered, and server metadata confirmed Mercer himself programmed it. Investigators requested complete server logs from the cybersecurity company where Mercer worked. They discovered Mercer had spent the final days before his death uploading encrypted archives, deleted system snapshots, and audio recordings to a hidden cloud account. He had also searched for email-triggered dead man switches and configured delayed delivery automation inside his corporate calendar system. Unless manually canceled, the server would automatically distribute the invitation exactly 14 days later. The deeper investigators examined Mercer's digital footprint, the more calculated his actions appeared. Cyber forensic teams recovered deleted files, hidden metadata, and unsent drafts containing one recurring phrase: if anything happens before release. Analysts soon uncovered evidence connected to an internal corporate project labeled Continuum, a system tied to unauthorized routing of municipal surveillance archives through offshore storage networks. Financial investigators later discovered millions of dollars hidden through shell consulting firms linked to Continuum infrastructure contracts. Mercer had apparently uncovered evidence of large-scale corporate corruption involving public surveillance systems. Investigators then re-examined apartment access logs from the night Mercer died. Originally, they believed nobody entered the building after he returned home. But deeper forensic analysis revealed a 7-minute interruption in hallway camera synchronization around 10:56 p.m. At the same time, Mercer's apartment smart lock system recorded a maintenance override credential belonging to a subcontracted network technician tied to Continuum vendors. The technician denied entering the building, but phone records placed him nearby that night. Hidden instructions embedded inside the meeting metadata directed investigators toward deleted recovery devices connected to Mercer's cloud accounts. Analysts recovered an older white tablet from an electronics recycling container behind Mercer's apartment complex. Forensic recovery restored encrypted voice recordings captured during synchronization sessions. In one recording, Mercer described discovering unauthorized rerouting of city surveillance data. His voice sounded exhausted as he warned, "If this gets exposed the wrong way, they'll erase everything, including me." At exactly 9:02 p.m. during the scheduled meeting, another automated release unlocked hidden archives containing screen recordings of internal infrastructure dashboards connected to Continuum. The footage showed massive quantities of surveillance data being duplicated and transferred through unauthorized relay systems. Investigators noticed a permissions escalation authorized by Ethan Vale, a senior compliance director and one of the last people known to meet Mercer alive. Phone records later connected Vale to the subcontracted technician multiple times within 48 hours of Mercer's death. The final breakthrough came when Analyst discovered someone had remotely attempted to cancel Mercer's scheduled meeting 6 hours after he officially died. The attempt failed because Mercer protected the automation with secondary biometric authentication. The failed cancellation preserved routing information tracing back to a consulting network used by Continuum contractors. Federal investigators eventually reopened the death case. Search warrants uncovered encrypted storage systems, concealed financial transfers, and unauthorized surveillance retention agreements operating outside legal oversight. Ethan Vale was later charged with obstruction, conspiracy, and evidence tampering connected to Mercer's death investigation. Medical examiners revised Mercer's manner of death from accidental to undetermined pending criminal review. Although prosecutors could never conclusively prove homicide, investigators believe Mercer understood he was in danger long before he died. He designed automated systems to ensure the truth survived him long after the funeral ended, long after investigators believed the case was closed. In the end, the most important witness was not a person. It was a calendar invitation delivered exactly 2 weeks after the man who created it was buried.